Here we are again, and we're going to start action round 6 of Bayonets and Tomahawks. Now, last time, just mostly for fun rather than tactical considerations, I rammed this big stack of British into the French over here at Lake George. The British actually weren't too far. They weren't able to prevail, but they did do some damage to them. Pretty good damage. And to say, since the British basically do have the strength in brigades, I mean, it seems like it'd be a perfectly viable tactic to act like a 300-pound sumo wrestler and just sit on the French's head. And that's one way to do it. Well, we need to consider for the next. We got one, two, three, 4 more action rounds to go before the final victory. The French sit at 1 point, and then the question becomes, what happens now? Because as the British, I'd be tempted to just take another run at these guys now that I got them a little weaker than they were before, and just smash them. And the question is, can I smash them enough and then grab another victory point spot? And in the time allotted, and I know the French are going to get another. Well, I suspect as the French, I'm going to go for some more raids and try to get that victory point and bring that up to 2. And last time we drew one of those brigade things. This is supposed to be hidden knowledge from the French. And if this was hidden knowledge, and I was the French, I would have to assume these can be either 0, 1, or 2. So you got to figure the score there, and you have to factor that in, kind of your X factor. But I guess that's where kind of playing this solo falls a little short, because we know it's 0. We know he's not getting any benefit from that. So I think that does change the French strategy ever so slightly, in that I want to get my victory point from raiding, which will give me a 2-point cushion, and then all I have to do is hold the British and keep them from stall them from getting 2 victory point spots, and maybe even sneak in a settlement here. It might be a bit of a trick. But anyway, let's get on with the biz. Love drawing cards. Indian card. No Indian unit may be activated this AR. It does add a bonus light to my other one, but no Indians this turn. That kind of puts a crimp on my plan to raid victory points. See, you gotta watch that stuff. I thought this is a shoo-in, and then we have this versus this. Definitely, I think I would need an army movement in there somewhere, so we're gonna go. Oh, there's an ambush here too. I might be able to make hay out of that. And on the British side is new card, round up men and equipment. Reduce British to full or place 1 British. Ooh, get something here. That'll be interesting. I'm probably going to take that over, yeah, it's got action. Okay, so French initiative 4 versus the initiative of 1 on here, and the French are going to go first. AR start means I can put in a unit in the British losses box, which I do have one, and that's this cannon here, and I can put it over here. I'm going to go ahead and put it up here in where I lost my cannon from last time, and maybe I should think about making a run. Oh, I got 2 artillery. I still have artillery there. Might need to think about making a run at whatever that's pronounced. It is a fort, but bringing 2 cannons would certainly help. So there. Now here's my problem for the British. I got this wilderness ambush space, and these are both outpost space, and this one has 3 light units, which means I could put the battle marker at the start of the battle up 2 positions. That puts a damper on my plans. Just like this put the damper on the French plans, this puts the damper on British plans, because I think it would be very foolish to attack that now with this card in play. So now I gotta come up with something a little different here. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna save one of my light unit movements for reaction to see what the British do, so I have some kind of response. with my second light, with my first, yeah, with my first light movement, I'm going to use one of these guys. We're going to run a raid here. See if we can't pick up 2 points. So, we raid that. 1, 2, 3. And a miss. Come on. Okay, this raid, getting that victory point for raid is getting tough. Let's see here. Spent. We do have to remember this guy did spend, so he cannot move later. Okay, so that leaves me with an army move. Alright, let's get a little creative here. We're going to use that army movement to move just light units, which we can, but we can't raid with them. That's the one thing you can't do with armies. And over here, we're going to activate this stack. 1, pick him up. 2, 3, and we're going to initiate a battle here. And remember, he's out of supply, so he's going to lose a battle thing. He's also, because I have 3 light units, going to boost mine up 2. So, oh, wait a minute, though. Oh, I can still win the battle. I can still force him out. I can't exactly hit the fort without a... Yeah, so I'm accounting for there's penalties going all over the place. Ooh, double pen. Let me think about this again. Hang on. Well, I'm not going to go into the whole math here, but suffice it to say, I think I have a chance. So I'm going to go ahead and take it. And that's my move. Okay, for the French. Now we move on to the British. All right, with the British, I'm going to force the French to choose. So what I'm going to do with my light movement activation, I'm going to grab 3 of these guys. 3 of these light units, and I'm going to march here. And since I outnumber him 3 to 1, that forces him to retreat. And he can't retreat here to help these guys out, because that's marching into an enemy, and that's not the priority. The priority is a home space free of enemy units. He could go here. Well, this would be a home space, so this would be his priority. Well, is a Indian really considered? I don't think it matters. But this is, I believe this is an option, so he can go up here. Okay. And we're going to drop these 2 off while Washington continues on. Here. This is going to remove the out of supply. The second a in supply meets up with an out of supply, the marker is removed. Let me double check that rule real quick. Yeah, that's right. I'm sorry. Did you not see that? Okay, I'm here to here. Sorry, the camera might not have been in view there. Picked them up, routed them out, and now I'm here and I brought them out of supply. But we're not done yet. Because what I also want to do is up here, like I said, I want to force a choice. With my army activation, leave our boats here. We're going to bring this stack and fight here and initiate a battle. Now the French have a choice to make. Do they use their bonus for outposts on this battle or the one down below? Either one he chooses, the other battle will have I think a British advantage. Okay, I like what I've got here so far. Now I'm thinking of rewinding here a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to rewind this a little bit. I'm going to use an army activation for that one. I'm going to use an army activation for this one so that I might bring 1 artillery unit to this battle. 1, 2, and there have a better odd in the fight. Let's see how I did there. All right. And so that leaves me with a light activation, which, let's take about this. Well, the only light unit I have left is Rogers here, and I cannot think of anything really worthwhile to do with him. I don't want to leave him where I can't respond to him. So I think I may just, or I could raid Ticonderoga. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's a long shot, but we'll do it. We're going to raid Ticonderoga right here. First we got to, and the only way we can go there is go through him, and he gets a chance to interrupt. So roll a dice on that, and he does. Well, so, oh well. At least I didn't do nothing with it. Okay, so that ends all the activation, except for the French. Remember, they had a reaction roll. Reaction light movement. So they get one more light movement. They might be able to do something here. With my one light movement, we're just going to pop this guy right up here and join the battle. And see how that goes. Okay, we are ready to start some fighting. Like I said, the French have a difficult choice whether to use their bonus card on that battle or this one. I think they're the defenders here. I think they can hold out. So I'm going to save that card for this battle, which is a little more desperate, I think. So that's the plan. So let's resolve this battle first because it's high up north. So we got a fort and 3 lights in the order that they will fight. Okay, and over here we have Royal Artillery, Brigade, and that. Okay, and the British are attacking, so it should be the opposite way. And so what? The British start the battle at -1 because they are attacking a fort, but we do have artillery with us, so reduces it. First we'll fire with our light unit. And we advance the flag. We're at 0-0. The brigade fires, can't really do anything. Bayonets and Tomahwks. It's a miss because there's no suitable target for them. And then we have 2 Royal Artillery that fire. A flag. Oh, a flag and a hit. Okay, so we apply first this one. It does hit because it hits the fort. That'll advance the battle marker 1, and because we're in the 1 column, we do actually hit. Damage. Then we apply the battle flag, so we're up to 2-0. But that's the end for the British, leaving the French to retaliate. And we have 3. Okay, yeah, it's the problem with setting out all these guys. That guy's not part of the battle. Okay, we have 3 of these guys. 2. First we roll for the light French. A miss and a miss. Woo, not looking so hot here. Now the Indian. Bayonets and Tomahwks does nothing. That leaves only the fort. I think the British are going to prevail here. And the fort actually will hit. Okay, that it will advance the battle marker 1, and that will count as a hit on a unit. But the British 2-1. Yeah, not ratio, the score 2-1, have prevailed there. They're going to force the French to retreat. The French will opt to retreat to this victory space up here, which is a valid move. They're all light units. They can take this path. They have the option of destroying this fort or conceding it to the British. I think they would choose to destroy it. That goes into the losses box. And look at this. The British have prevailed up here, gaining them a victory point. And things are starting to look up for them. Okay, that leaves this battle down here. Which the French disappointed with their holdout there. And so now we're going to call in this. We are actually the attackers. The French are the attackers. They do have 3 French light units. So we go up here, and the French are the attackers. We swap spots. We are attacking a fort without artillery, so that's -2. But our bonus brings it back to 0. And that is the sum of the battle as far as penalties go. Okay, but we have a climb here because I don't think we're going to be able to prevail here. Okay, so 3 light units with fire. And they advance the battle marker 1. And that's it. Here we have Washington. Okay, George. Defy history here. And be good. Miss. That leaves the brigade. We'll fire. Bayonet and Tomahawk, which I don't think does anything, I'm pretty sure. Nope. We have an artillery. Which, I don't think it hits. Hang on. Yeah, no target, so no hit. That leaves it down to the fort. The fort has to come up with a flag. Or they're losing. And they do! Woo! Lucky one. They tie the French on the battle marker. Defender wins. That's the British, and the French are repelled. They will probably just go back the direction they came, so they'll go back to the spot here. And there is everything's coming up British this turn. So, the good news is they're not out of supply anymore. Yeah, everything's just turning up roses for the British this time. But that's it. We'll come in next time and we'll start action round 7. Thanks for watching.